PlayStation just had their first state of play of the year, showcasing about 15 games. We got some gameplay for some previously announced games. 2 horror games are getting remakes. We got a very long trailer for Death Stranding 2, and we got a surprise game releasing today for free on the console, and a bunch more announcements. Let's go through every single one of them, and as we go through it, make sure to comment down below what game you're most excited for. Let's get into it. If you guys are new to the channel, I don't like to go from beginning to end when it comes to the state of play, so instead I'm just going to go through and talk about the games that I'm most interested in whatever order I want to. But I do want to start with the biggest surprise in my opinion, which is the brand new Silent Hill game called The Short Message, releasing today for free on the console. Full game, completely free on the console. I'm a huge fan of horror games, and this trailer was really cool. As you guys, I have it playing right over here. I'm not the biggest Silent Hill guy. I haven't played any of them actually before, like after the PS1, sorry, is what I meant to say. I haven't played any of them since the PS1 time, but I'm very excited to jump back into it, and this is really cool. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go download and start checking out this new game. It is called The Short Message, so I'm guessing it's not the longest game ever, but it seems like it is a way for them to set up the next game that they're working on, which is the next game I want to talk to you guys about, is a Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2 remake. Let me see if I can scroll and find it for you guys. There we go. Silent Hill getting a remake. Like I said, I remember playing it as a kid, which was a terrible idea on the PS1, but now we are getting a full remake of it for the PS5. I actually also have the date here for you guys, if I remember correctly. Or no, there is no date. It was just announced as in development. So we're so far off, but I'm guessing that the Silent Hill Short Message is to set up this the next game here, Silent Hill 2. So very excited for both of those. Outside of that, like I said, we're gonna go back now and kind of go through the showcase. First thing they talked about was Helldivers 2, just coming out next week. Obviously, I'm very excited. I've talked about it. If you haven't seen my previous video where I talk about the Metacritic predictions, make sure to go back and watch that as well. It's a really fun one. You guys can play along in that video too, but we are getting Helldivers 2 next week. And what's cool, they did a little tease near the end here of what seems like DLC for the game where you can get some mechs, which is pretty cool. So they showed off that afterwards. The next big game they showed us is Stellar Blade. Now, we've seen trailers of this before, and it never really spoke to me, but this trailer really got me interested in this game. My only slight little thing I want to say, the voiceover over the gameplay from this, whoever was doing it, not like the most exciting voice. It was very like ASMR level, and I'm not the biggest fan. I was hoping for someone to pump me up about this game, but I'm not, obviously don't want to get the video strike, so that's why there's no audio here. But whatever voices decided to have talk about this game did not really entice me. But once the voice stopped talking, and then we got the actual gameplay, which I'll scroll over a little bit for you guys. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. They start showing some gameplay and the combat and everything. Oh my god, it looks incredible. They also finally announced the release date for this one, which is April 26th of this year. So it's still coming up really soon. Very excited about Stellar Blade. Next up, for all of our Sonic fans, guess what? You're getting more Sonic because they just never stop making Sonic games or remasters. This is Sonic Generation. It looks like a remaster, but the nice little twist on top of that is that for some reason, or not for some reason, they're adding Shadow into it, or some Shadow DLC. Don't play much Sonic games, so I'm very excited for you guys to tell me what I'm missing out here, and what is this? Is this a brand new thing? Is it a part of the Sonic Generations and they're just adding it back? I'd love to know for all of the Sonic fans to tell me what this DLC is going to be all about. Next up, we got Zoneless Zen Zero. Is that how you say it? Looks like it's another Hoyoverse game, same as Genshin and all that. They ended this by saying now in development for PS5. So again, probably a game that is very popular on a different console, PC or mobile or something. Looks like they've announced that is now coming to PS5. That is pretty cool. Obviously, I'm a big fan of having more and more games releasing to the consoles. Then we got a short trailer for Foamstars. Comes out in a week. It is included in PlayStation Plus, so that means that if you have that membership, you will be able to start playing this game. I talked in length about my opinions of this in my last video, so go watch that. But good trailer. Very excited to see what they're doing with it. They're doing seasons, so obviously they're saying they're going to have a lot of different things happening throughout the seasons of Foamstars. Then for the next one is Dave the Diver. This is another game I never got the chance to play, but I have a lot of people who told me I have to play it. So now it's coming to PS5. I'll most likely check it out once it releases. Let me see here. April of 2024, we're getting Dave the Diver. But then you'll see here, I'm not going to let it play out. It looks like they're doing some kind of expansion to Dave the Diver or a collab or something. And I was not expecting this. Pretty cool. As you guys can see right over here, they're adding Godzilla to Dave the Diver. Story-wise, I don't know what that means, but it is pretty cool that they're adding that in. And they did say that Godzilla's expansion or collab is in May of this year. So we're getting Dave the Diver on PS5 in April, and then the Godzilla expansion in May, which is very quick after that. Then we got an announcement that V Rising, another very popular PC game. I know this one. I do know this one. I've never played it, but I know a lot about it. Is also now in development for PS5. This is announced to come out this year. You guys have probably noticed it by now. I'm much more of a console gamer than PC. So a lot of these games that are already on PC, I missed out on most of them, like V Rising, Dave the Diver, and all that. So now that they're coming to console, I'm definitely going to check them out once they're there. I know Dave the Diver's on Switch, I think, but I missed out on it as well. Then we talked about the Silent Hill games. Oh, the next one. You know what? The next one, pretty exciting. We finally got some gameplay for JUDAS. Now, if you guys don't know what JUDAS is, it is the newest game by Ken Levine. I hope I said the name right. He is the main guy that was behind the BioShock games. And I am a pretty big fan of the BioShock games. I'm one of the weirdos that thinks BioShock Infinite is the best one. So go ahead and yell at me in the comments if you want. But personally, big fan of BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite, but Infinite's my personal favorite. So we're getting JUDAS, and they did announce, let me see here, no announcements of any dates or anything, just gameplay, which we haven't seen before. No surprises. It looks like it's going to play very similar to BioShock, but that's what we all wanted, and good news, that's what we seem to be getting. So very exciting. As soon as I saw the gameplay, I was like, oh, I'm in. This looks like super fun. Very cool trailer. The graphics are very unique as per usual with these guys, so I'm really liking it. Very excited to see when we get more of this and when we actually get to play this game. So very cool trailer for JUDAS. Then we got into some VR stuff. I'm going to real quickly say I don't have PlayStation VR. I'm not like invested into it, but they announced Metro, a brand new Metro game for VR, and Legendary Tales. Both of these, I'm gonna power through them here, look cool, but same, don't get me invested or interested in buying VR for these games. So if you guys are fans of Metro and you really don't want to miss out, the next one is in VR. It's called Metro Awakening. And then the other one called Legendary Tales looks like a fun one. It's like a medieval fantasy, as you guys can see here, first person game. It looks pretty cool, but again, not going to make me purchase VR. I'm sure that people who own VR are probably very excited to get some two pretty cool announcements. I'm hoping for them. Then we get into all of the bigger announcements. So the first one that they talked about is Dragon's Dogma 2. This is coming out in March. We've seen a bunch of this, so this was a quick trailer just to showcase more of it. I talked about it before. I haven't played much of Dragon's Dogma before. This one looks really cool. As a fan of Monster Hunter, I'm very excited to try out these games. It looks like it could be a fun time. The graphics to me always seem a little off, but maybe it's just the videos I've seen of it, but it seems always a little blurry. I'd love to know if it's just me or if it's someone else as well, but it looks like it's going to be a good time to play. My only thing that's preventing me of being interested in Dragon's Dogma 2 is the fact that we are getting Rise of the Ronin, an open world game where you play as a Ronin, almost at the exact same time. They're both releasing in March. I don't remember which one comes first, but they're like in the same week. This is a brand new game by Team Ninja, and man, this was the one, in my opinion, outside of Silent Hill: The Short Message, this is the one that surprised me the most. I thought that this game was going to be like Dark Souls level of difficult, and like I'm just past the Souls type games, but this is more of an open world action adventure. I'm sure there's going to be a challenge, but like this seems more like what I was hoping for than like a Souls level like Neo or anything like that. So very excited for this. It looks beautiful. It's an open world. The cutscenes look really cool. So this is probably the one that surprised me the most. I didn't have high expectations, but now I'm super, super excited to check out this game when it comes out in March as well. Then we've got another cool announcement. We talked about in the beginning that there were 2 horror games that were being remade, one of them being Silent Hill 2, the other, one of my favorite horror games, Until Dawn getting a remake. If you guys have never played Until Dawn, just wait for the remake. This is one of those decision-based games like The Quarry and Dark Anthology. I'm forgetting the exact name, but Until Dawn and then all the other ones. House of Ashes, I think, is one of them. I can't remember all the names, but man, this was one of those first PS, oh my god, was it PS4 horror games where you get to make the decisions as you go through, and some of your characters can live and some of them can die. If you're a content creator, a streamer, these are some of the most fun games to stream, make content off of it. If you have a lot of friends that you want to invite for like a party or a night, we did this as a group where there are 8 playable characters, so you can pass the controller along and see which one of all your friends are going to get to the end. It is so much fun. If you played it before, you already know what Until Dawn is. It is remade from the ground up, as what they said, coming to PS5 and PC. So that is very, very exciting. And then we got the final announcement of this state of play, Death Stranding 2. Now, you guys can't see this. This trailer goes on for about, I'm scrolling here, 10 full minutes. It's a 10 full minute trailer for Death Stranding 2. Now, look, I personally did not like Death Stranding 1. Never got to the end. I just couldn't get into it. Watching this trailer obviously didn't get me more invested. If anything, I'm more confused than ever watching this trailer. So I'd love to know, for those of you guys who are fans of Death Stranding, what you guys thought of this trailer in the comments. I'm sure you guys loved it. And for if anyone else is like me and didn't connect with the first one, are you at all interested in Death Stranding 2? The biggest disappointment, but it's not a disappointment, kind of seen it coming, is that Death Stranding 2 is coming out next year, 2025. So this trailer of 10 minutes is just once again to set us up for the future. Kojima loves these like weird trailer and real weird ways of announcing stuff. And I was explaining to my wife, because she was asking, like, why are we watching this? I'm like, this is a Kojima trailer. They do this every single time. And if you thought that wasn't weird enough, they finished the showcase with another weird announcement from Kojima, which I'll skip right over to. There we go. Herman Hulst and Kojima have announced that they are working on a brand new IP, and it's going to be an action espionage game. As a creator of the Metal Gear Solid game, that is very exciting for everybody who loves Kojima and those types of games. He says that he's going to start working on this game after he's done Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 is expected for 2025. So he's just saying the next game after that is going to be an action espionage. There's no release date for that anytime soon. The only thing he did say, which hopefully is helpful, is that he says that he wants to celebrate his 40th anniversary as a game game production, I can't speak anymore, sorry, with that action espionage game, which if I remember correctly is in 2 or 3 years from now. So he's going to have a really quick turnaround from Death Stranding 2 into this new one. No trailer, no title, no information about it, except for the fact that this new game, sorry, I paused it by accident. This new game is going to be cutting edge and movie and game. And then they finish with, I'm going to let it happen here. I'm going to play the audio for this part because I don't think I'm going to get striked for these like 30 seconds. So I'm going to let you guys watch this for yourself. Here we go. Here we go. So hopefully the audio, I'm sorry if the audio blasted here. We're going to hopefully have it at a good level. They end this whole state of play with this. Now, yep, they fist bump. They walk out. Talking about the presentation, the game. They zoom out to show us Columbia Pictures. And then it ends. Now, obviously, as always, you guys probably know, Kojima loves these weird things, and he always does this stuff. I'm kind of over it at this point personally, but I love to know if you guys are still finding these things to be super exciting and super hype or whatever. But I'm kind of just over it at this point. I'm like, just show us the games. Like, you don't need to talk 10 years ahead. But that's it. Those are all the announcements from today's showcase. What are you guys most excited for? Comment down below. If you've gotten all the way to here, subscribe, give the video a thumb. You guys know what to do to help with YouTube and all that. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.